Welcome back, everybody. Episode 41, Big Z Blitz podcast. We're still in the dorm room, still kicking it. College football's back. Last week, obviously, was week 0. Not as many big games, but we're in full swing now, bro.
Oh, yes, we are. And what we got on today's agenda is we're going to briefly start with the Saints quarterback news, talk about that for maybe 2 minutes.
Yeah.
And then we're going to predict and go through pretty much kind of deep dive all the big games for this weekend. So the big games that I picked were obviously Texas, Ohio State.
Huge game.
Clemson, LSU. That's obvious. Bama, Florida State.
Your Seminoles. Seminoles.
Okay, my Seminoles. Who, you know what? We'll cross that bridge when we get there. And then Notre Dame, Miami. I feel like those. And then we might talk a little Virginia Tech, South Carolina. Although I think Virginia Tech's not very good.
And I think South Carolina is good.
Yeah. And we're gonna end with a full deep dive into Clemson, LSU. So with that, we'll start with the first game of the weekend, which is criminal that I'm saying.
Well, you don't want to just start off with Rattler?
You're right. My bad. That's on the end up.
No, it's
so Spencer Rattler wins the job. Honestly, shouldn't come as a big surprise to anybody. I do think Tyler Shuck's gonna eventually be the starter, but I think that it's smart that they started with Rattler because he does have experience. I think probably about week 7, week 8, somewhere around there.
If Rattler's doing bad, because you can't. If Rattler's kind of doing his thing and playing well, you can't just all of a sudden bench him. At that point, you just got to roll with the punches of taking a quarterback where you took him. Yeah. And just.
I think if. So here's my thing. If they're both playing bad, they're going to play Shuck because they drafted him.
Yeah.
But if, like, say, Rattler's playing bad and Shuck plays good, then they would obviously keep Shuck in, which is a stupid thing to say because that's obvious. But if Rattler stays really, really good, I think they keep him in.
They can't, you can't bench him if he's balling.
But if both of them end up playing pretty bad, they're going to keep. I think they stick with Shuck because they drafted him.
Yeah, I 100% agree.
So,
and they didn't just draft him; they used a top 40 pick on this kid. And the pick already looks bad that he lost the job to Spencer Rattler. Now, granted, it was close. And I have seen things where, for example, I saw, like, Tyler Shuck's agent posted, like, this is perfect or something like that, like, just kind of trusting the process with his career, starting as a backup. But I don't know, man. I still am not a huge fan of the pick. I mean, Tyler Shuck has shown flashes in the preseason here and there. Obviously, we saw some lows with that pick 6 he threw. Was that against the Chargers? And then obviously the next possession he throws the 55-yard touchdown to Mason Tipton. But taking a quarterback in the second round when you're not 100% sure that that's your franchise guy is very, very, very questionable in my opinion.
I think early in the second round. If they would have done it like last pick the second round, I could maybe. But the fact that it took them
I feel like Shuck still would have been there if in the third round or the fourth round. But what do I know? But it's Rattler season. We're riding with Rattler right now. I'm excited to see what he can do.
Who dat? Rat Dad.
Okay.
Like that. So yeah, that's all. We're gonna stop with the Saints talk because we'll get more into Saints talk next week when they actually play week 1. But this episode is strictly gonna be from here on out college football because we made it. Yeah. It is week 1. When we're recording this, we are 3 days from week 1, or I guess 2 because they play on Friday. Actually, Boise State and USF play tomorrow.
It is tomorrow.
Yeah,
I don't know
4:30
why.
tomorrow.
Keep on.
But yeah, we're gonna deep dive into the games that I said. Obviously, if you missed it. Or if you don't remember, Texas, Ohio State, LSU, Clemson, Miami, Notre Dame, and Alabama, Florida State. I think those are the 4 biggest games. I don't think anybody has any disagreements there. So we'll kick it off with the biggest game of the weekend, or to many people. Although I do think LSU, Clemson will be a better game, but this is the most hyped up game.
100%.
I do not agree with the fact that it's at 11 a.m.
Why is
on Fox.
Texas the number 1 team versus Ohio State, the reigning champs, number 3 team, playing at 11 o'clock? Why? Who marketed this game? The views would be through the roof. They're still going to be through the roof, but they would be through the roof into the sky if it was at. Imagine this game at like 3:30.
Oh my God, that like the 3:30 game, and then kicked like rolling right into the LSU Clemson game.
Oh my gosh!
Hey,
put me and Brock
ESPN,
on the schedule.
Higher up.
Team.
I mean, good Lord. But anyway, let's get past that. This game, I've gone really back and forth with this game. I think I picked Ohio State to win. However, I feel like Ohio State has too many questions. Like, okay, let's just go through it. Let's go through Texas first. They have Arch Manning, who everybody's gonna hype him up, obviously.
Lord knows.
They got nothing but they got Ryan. Is it Ryan Wingo, the guy who's still there? Yeah, the probably first rounder in next year's draft because he's in Jeremiah Smith's grade. Running back, I don't know if they returned anybody, but their defense.
Stayed on blue.
Their defense. Oh my God, is this Texas defense good?
Yep.
They got Anthony Hill and Colin Simmons coming off the edge. Good luck blocking that. That's just unbelievable. I can't think of the guy's first name, but Muhammad at corner, transferred from Washington. He's a lockdown corner. I know they lost Jonte Barron, but he's perfectly fine back there. They bring back Taff, the safety. He's unbelievable back there. I mean, this Texas defense is going to be a nightmare for Julian Sand in his first ever start.
One thing, like Texas's defense being this good, and I know I've said this before, it's going to take so much pressure off of Arch Manning.
Exactly.
And you kind of saw the opposite of that with Garrett Nussmeier last year, with the defense not being great, and then also he had no running game. So especially with a first-year starter like Arch Manning, this is his first time actually starting in the big game.
Right.
Having those other components playing well and kind of taking some pressure off of the quarterback is going to be huge for Texas. I'm sticking with my gut though. I'm going with Ohio State.
We'll get to that. We'll get to that. We're doing our predictions on Friday, so let's not go there yet. Okay, we'll cut that out. I'm kidding. We're leaving it in. We do it on uncut videos here around here. Never mind. I'm cutting that out. But yeah, I mean this game's gonna be unbelievable to watch. Sucks that it's in the morning, but it's okay because we have a loaded schedule the rest of the way.
Yeah.
I wonder if it's. I gotta look again when the Alabama game is, because if it rolls if it goes Texas Ohio State, then okay, that's awesome. So Texas Ohio State 11, Bama Florida State at 2:30.
I feel like those two should be flipped though.
Yeah, but well, they would never put Bama in
that is
11
true.
a.m.
That is fair.
And then LSU at 6:30. So I mean that's 3 straight games. That's the only games I'm watching. I mean I'm not watching any of these other Florida, Long Island. Yeah, none of these other games are competitive.
Iowa State, South Dakota.
Yeah, literally nothing else is competitive this weekend.
But the good games are great.
Oh, unbelievable.
The good games are great.
This is probably the most stacked Week 1 lineup I've seen.
Now we're talking about Alabama, Florida State, and if you want to use that as a segue, this game could easily get out of hand.
Yeah. Well, let's get into let's finish off the Texas Ohio State real quick because there are some things. Obviously, some of the storylines of this game. It's a rematch of the semifinal.
Yeah.
Texas is looking to get revenge. Ohio State's looking to just, I guess they don't really have anything to lose. They won the Natty last year.
Defend their belt.
Yeah. I mean, Arch two new starting quarterbacks. The first time really starting. Arch played a couple games, but nothing to this caliber.
I really don't know what to expect from Julian Sand.
Yeah.
I mean, his first ever start against this lethal Texas defense.
Yeah. The one thing that he does have going for him is that he's at home.
And he has Jeremiah Smith to throw the ball to.
That's very true. Yeah, I think this can be just an unbelievable.
I can't wait to watch this game.
I think it's going to be very high scoring. I know that sounds crazy. Two really good defenses usually end up being high scoring.
Okay. Interesting.
I mean, just like Texas gave up a lot of points last year in the college football playoff. Every game they played.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we'll see. It says this is the highest ranked opener we've had since, coincidentally, Bama Florida State in 2017. Look at that. Yeah, I mean, everything we said, 2 new starting quarterbacks. Right now, Ohio State's a 2.5-point favorite. That's literally just because they're playing at home.
Yeah. If it would be 2.5 Texas.
Yeah. If it was a neutral site game, it'd probably be 2.5 Texas, yeah. And then, last thing, 2 potential Heisman quarterbacks here.
Yeah.
I feel like you always say that with the top teams, the best team with the best quarterback is probably going to win the award. So, with that,
bold for you saying that about Arch Manning.
Well, okay, media. I mean, I never. Okay, let me clear the room right here. I never said Arch was bad. I just don't think he's
not proven yet.
Top 5 in the SEC yet. He hasn't done anything. He could easily be top 3, maybe the best quarterback in the SEC. Just not right now. He hasn't done anything. So like I people that watch will like come up to me and say like I hate Arch. I don't hate Arch.
That's not true. Yeah.
He's not the best quarterback in the league yet. He's not.
It's just Brock's opinion.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. I'm so tired of hearing that too.
Oh, wait, Tennessee, Syracuse. I mean, is it?
I'm not worried about that.
Yeah,
I don't think Tennessee's very good. I mean, yeah,
Tennessee's, I don't think Tennessee's
very
good,
extremely mid.
Mm-hmm.
Moving on to the Bama Florida State game.
Oh my goodness,
mother of God. Okay, so Bama. I don't know if people who use the ESPN app, they have the matchup predictor, and Bama has a 90.6% chance to win this game.
It's like it has like that circle. Y'all know if you're ESPN geeks.
Okay. Let me just say this. This is probably because number one, it is Bama, so the just the name in general
carries a lot of weight,
and how bad Florida State was last year. I don't think Florida State's gonna be that bad, like as bad as they were last year.
If you're devoted fans, you know Brock has kind of high hopes for Florida State this year.
I do. I'll stand on that.
Okay, yes. Stand on it. I like.
They have a very manageable schedule.
Mm-hmm.
If they can just not be the worst team of all time, they could go. They could have a really good season.
Mm-hmm.
If Thomas Castellanos plays how he did last year at the beginning of the season for Boston College,
yeah,
they could be looking at a 9-3, 10-2 season, looking into the playoff.
I think when we go to Florida State's schedule real quick, I think Florida State had like three
really
tough games. If they can win one of those and then
we talked about this,
wipe the or run the table with the mid ACC teams.
Mm-hmm. So we'll go through their schedule right here. So week 1 they got Bama. That is what it is.
Yeah. Well, the games that we're talking about is Bama, Miami, and Clemson.
No, I said Bama, Clemson, Florida.
Oh,
I don't think Miami's very good.
Okay.
I think they're extremely overrated.
Miami's still going to be a tough game.
Well, yeah.
Because, I mean, it's a robbery game.
They do get them at home.
Even if they go 9-3 with a win over Clemson or Bama, do you think...
Well, I think that I don't think they're beating Clemson or Bama. I think their best bet is beating Florida and Miami.
Okay, say they win one of those games. Do they get in the playoff?
If they go 9-3 and beat one of the... If they go 10 or 9-3 and beat either Miami or Florida, that strictly is going to depend on how they did this year, how Miami and Florida did. If Miami turns out to be like a 7-5, 8-4 team,
it's not going to carry
they're
any
not
weight.
Going to get in. However, and same for Florida. If by the end of the year Florida is at 6-5, and they're playing Florida State to stay above 500, probably not. But if they are, if that's the top 20 matchup, yes, I think the winner. I think if they both go in 9-2, the winner's definitely going to the playoff.
Mm-hmm.
But some other teams they play, okay, those two are wins. Virginia's terrible. Pitt could be sneaky this year. Eli Holstein's a very good quarterback. He's from Louisiana actually. He went to Bama. Yeah, he went to Zachary, pretty sure.
Okay.
Stanford's terrible. Wake Forest is terrible.
Stanford lost that game, by the way.
Yeah, I would like
Hawaii.
to. I'm personally putting a hand up for that. I told everybody to put everything they have on Stanford. I'm gonna own up to that one. That's why I don't bet. Okay. There's a reason I don't bet, and that's why.
I think Hawaii won on a game-winning field goal.
They did.
So you were close. You weren't that far
It
off.
should not have been that close.
Oh, really?
I mean, you're playing the Rainbow Warriors.
Okay, I get what you're saying. Yeah.
Virginia Tech, mid. NC State. I feel like whenever NC State has expectations, they underperform. When they don't have expectations, they overperform.
I feel like that's kind of the way NC State is with all sports, honestly.
Yeah.
Like in basketball, they made the Final Four a few years ago. Baseball.
What was that dude's name?
DJ Burns.
And
then baseball. I mean, they made the Auburn Regional. I mean, they didn't do anything, but NC State's a solid little.
So but this year apparently they have some expectations, so they will probably go 6-6.
Yes.
It's crazy. Whenever they have expectations, they're terrible. But whenever they don't, and nobody's talking about them, they'll go and upset Clemson or something like that. It's ridiculous. So enough about Florida State. Let's go back to the game itself. So the quarterback battle is Thomas Castellanos, who has starting experience in the ACC, and actually beat Florida State last year. If you remember when Boston College upset Florida State, everybody thought it was an upset. At the time, it was. Florida State was highly ranked. Turns out that wasn't that big of an upset. And then Thomas Castellanos would later on to go get benched.
I want to say that Boston College played in the Pinstripe Bowl last year. That's what I'm looking up right now.
Right, well, he's looking up that. I'll keep talking. I kind of did a deep dive into Florida State in that episode when we did predictions.
Yeah.
So if you don't really want to hear anymore, you can go watch that video. I'll kind of briefly talk about it.
Florida State was so bad last year.
They have 2 incoming transfer wide receivers who I think could really help. Squirrel White's one of them from
Tennessee,
and then Deuce Robinson from USC. who was not the guy that caught the one-handed pass. That was another one of my mistakes. I will own up to it. But he is a very good receiver. Running back, they have Rodell Williams from...
Hey, look at me, man.
From Bama, actually.
Pinstripe Bowl against
Nebraska.
Rodell
Williams from Alabama. Kind of a revenge game for him. And then on Bama's side, Florida State's I feel like Florida State's always going to have a decent defense.
Wait, Florida State brought in Squirrel White? I did not know that.
They have a sneaky little offense.
They got some talent.
I feel like Florida State's defense is always... Obviously, last year was a anomaly. Yeah, but Florida State's traditionally going to have a good defense. I don't know many names on it. I haven't really looked at it. But I can talk about Bama without looking at it. So while I look at that, Bama, I mean, that is probably one of their better rosters in recent memory. It's just going to depend on how
Ty Simpson's a question mark.
Yeah. If he's good, they will be fine. They'll probably go 10-2, 11-1. If he's not good, and they got to go to their backup like they did a couple years ago.
If he's okay, I still think they go 10-2.
Well, yeah, that roster's just unbelievable. But Bama's a real wild card. However Ty Simpson plays, I think that whole team goes. If he can feed Ryan Williams the ball, that'd probably help a lot. Although one thing that didn't happen to Bama recently was their starting running back, Cam Miller. He broke his collarbone, so he's going to be out for a long time. I don't know how long. I don't know the exact timetable, but it did say he's out indefinitely. So that's something to look out for. Sorry about that. We had a couple technical difficulties. The GoPro died, and we couldn't find a charger. We're back now, though. A little last couple things about Bama. They're really good. There's really good roster against Florida State, who's kind of a question mark with their roster. There really is nobody can really predict Florida State. I've seen people who say they're going to repeat from last year. I personally said they might be able to go 10-9-3, 10-2, but there's really nobody really has.
You could get both ends of the spectrum.
You could get both sides. Moving on to the Miami versus Notre Dame game, which personally, me and Connor know the least about. There's no shade to either one of those teams. I personally just don't think Miami's going to be very good this year.
I love the Fighting Irish, by the way.
Yeah.
As you saw in the, was that the last episode? I was wearing the Notre Dame shirt.
Yeah, I think it was the Saints, the last recap, when I told everybody to put everything they have on Stanford.
Oh, yeah.
I apologize again about that. So, in this game, Notre Dame is favored to win. They are a 2.5-point favorite. The game is at Miami, which doesn't matter because Miami's fans are terrible, and they don't travel even to their own games. So, if this game was in South Bend, it would probably be a 6.5-point line.
So you think it's like a 4-point swing there?
Yeah, it's Miami. Miami's. I don't know how they have a number 10 next to their name. Like genuinely, they lost their tight end, their top tight end, their top two pass catchers, and Xavier Restrepo and Arroyo, their tight end. They lost Damian Martinez,
Elijah Arroyo,
who I'm pretty sure all three of them just got cut from their. I know Damian Martinez got cut.
I don't think I think Elijah Arroyo.
Okay, he might be good, but Restrepo was.
He got cut.
Got cut, and Damian Martinez got cut by the Seahawks, if I'm not mistaken. So
also Mario Cristobal is not a good coach.
No, and you want to go into that and this is why? Because we
okay. Well, so if y'all remember, and I mean, if you watch college football, not even religiously, if you're just like a college football fan,
you definitely saw this.
You've definitely seen this play. There was a play, Miami. I think you said Miami was playing Georgia Tech. They had the game sealed away. All they had to do was snap the ball, take a knee. But no, they decided to run the ball, and their running back fumbled, and then Georgia Tech recovered, and then wound up either kicking a field goal or I forget if they kicked a field goal or if they scored a touchdown, but they wound up winning the game. And somehow after that game, Mario Cristobal is still employed by the University of Miami.
Yes.
And their quarterback's not great either, Carson Beck.
Not even a little.
You want to sound off on that a little bit, bro?
This dude had for 2 years starting?
Did he didn't have Pickens, no. That was
but started for 2 years and was terrible.
Yeah.
If he played on any other roster, he's probably a 7-8 win quarterback. But because he had the best roster in the country for 2 years, he got 10 or 11 wins and made the playoff both years.
I'm telling you, like good defenses and good skill positions can mask a bad quarterback.
Okay, wait, hold on. I'm sorry. My mistake. 2 years ago was when they lost it. They went 12-0 and lost to Bama and got left out of the playoff. But that was because they had an absolute cakewalk of a schedule. They played Bama in the SEC championship and lost because they played a real team and lost because Carson Beck was their quarterback. That was when they played Florida State when like everything happened. They beat them like 63-3 or something like that. And that was when the wheels started falling off for Florida State.
Keon Coleman was on that team.
Yes, he was. God bless. He almost came to LSU too, which is
really
so frustrating.
Oh man, that would have been electric.
He was down at LSU, Florida State, and he picked Florida State. So was if you remember Braden Fisk, the D lineman. He's on the Rams now. Anyway.
Oh, okay. All right. I think I know what you're talking about.
But going back to Notre Dame, Miami.
Just an old-fashioned game.
Yeah.
Catholics versus convicts, man.
You read that on here just now?
Yeah.
They literally just said that on here. But yeah, similar to the Bama Florida State, the Texas Ohio State game is two brand new quarterbacks for these teams. Carson Beck has experience starting, just like Thomas Castellanos does.
CJ Carr.
But CJ Carr doesn't, just like Arch doesn't for Texas. So there are some parallels with this game. It won't be nearly as fun to watch though, because
it's going to be a great game though.
I don't know if it will. I think Notre Dame runs away with this.
Really? You do? Okay. Well,
I don't think Miami's good.
It's going to be the featured game to watch on Sunday. Let's just put it like that.
Obviously. And then Monday night, I think we have, is that the Florida State or the South Carolina game? Is it Monday? I know there's a game on Monday. They always have a game on Monday. We'll look at it. This might be the Monday game, actually. August 31st. When is that? That's Sunday. So I guess they don't have a Monday game.
No, they might not. Yeah.
They usually have a Monday game on Labor Day weekend, but we digress. Yeah, I mean, Notre Dame's bringing back, what would we say?
Jeremiah Love,
who's the best running back in the country.
Jane Greathouse.
Yeah, that's the receiver who used to be a lacrosse player that they said about a million times in the throughout the playoff last year. They're bringing back most of their defense, which is Notre Dame's defense is always fantastic, especially now that they have a Marcus Freeman, who's a defensive-oriented coach. So I'm never going to be worried about the Notre Dame defense. They always have guys running around, flying around there. You said Leonard Moore, who could win the Jim Thorpe Award this year easily.
That was my prediction.
Yeah, it was. But yeah, I'm going to take. Actually, we'll leave our predictions till Friday because we do want to do a big prediction. We're going to do every game, or mostly every game. We're not really going to dive in.
We're going to do Tennessee, Syracuse.
Yes, for
the Orange fan out there.
For a couple people from back home who are the Tennessee that watched the video, shout out. Actually, no, we don't give free shout outs, right?
I like that.
Shout out if you go to Tennessee and you watch this, or Syracuse.
We'll just leave it at that.
Syracuse for any.
Shout out Jack Sheridan there. That's cool. Move on.
What was I going to say? My mom just texted me. I'm sorry. I got a little distracted. Yeah, that's it for this game. I mean, we'll go through Miami's roster real quick, see if we recognize any names. Other than Carson Beck. Their defense is going to be terrible. That's just how that goes. Miami's defense just have been awful recently. Yeah, running backs, don't recognize any of these guys. Not going to lie. If you're a Miami fan, go ahead and roast me in the comments, I guess, and tell me how good Gerard Pringle Jr. is.
CJ Daniels?
Yeah, I really don't know anybody. CJ Daniels. Okay, he transferred from LSU to Miami. Yeah. Forgot about him. Okay. I don't think he's gonna really do much for Miami. Sorry, but never mind. Yeah, I mean, okay, Alex Bowman. I forgot about him. He's a transfer tight end from Tulane.
Okay.
So, I mean, I'm glad I did.
Shout out the Wave, man. It's gonna be really.
They lost a lot, but I think they could be very good this year.
Yeah, I mean,
they're in my playoff. They're in my playoff.
Me too.
Yeah, I mean, Miami, they lost. I just think they lost too much from last year. Lost their starting quarterback, top two pass catchers, and running back. It's really hard to come back from that.
I think they're getting this hype just because of Beck, honestly.
Yeah.
I think that's a lot of it.
I just
because people put so much emphasis.
Because he dated a Cavalier twin.
Not on that, but on a returning quarterback with experience. They really do.
Not on that.
So.
All right, moving on to the best game of the weekend, in my opinion. Completely biased too, but I mean, argue with a wall. Like this, everybody's gonna be watching this game. If you're a college football fan, you're gonna be watching the two games you're watching this weekend. If you're a college football fan, of Texas Ohio State, Clemson, LSU.
Yes, 100%.
That's not. I mean,
and then on Sunday you're turning on.
Oh yeah, but
Notre Dame, Miami.
Well, if LSU loses this game, you might not catch me alive on Sunday.
Yikes.
That is a complete joke. That was a joke. That was a joke. I do not mean that. That is a joke.
You might have to cut that.
That is a joke. Moving on. LSU is the underdog in this game, just ever so slightly. 3.5. So that line did move. It was 2.5.
Okay.
So Clemson's now a 3.5-point favorite. That's probably because they're playing at home.
I'm taking LSU plus money now.
So you think they're either going to win or lose by 3?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I think LSU's going to win this game. I actually don't know.
We'll let you know.
So we'll
stay
let you
tuned
know.
for Friday.
Yeah,
Come back on Friday's
Friday.
episode to find out who we pick.
Mm-hmm.
I'll just say, we did pick when we did our schedule predictions earlier, but there might be some switch up.
Yeah.
So you never know. Come back Friday to find out.
Good. Plug it.
What was this? Oh, okay. LSU, we kind of talked a lot about them. We'll talk about Clemson first, and then we'll really deep dive into LSU. Even though we kind of talked about them all summer, but I mean, we're here.
We're here.
Couple LSU players in our classes. It's kind of surreal.
Yeah. Shout out Zion.
Yep, Zion Williams. I don't know if he watched the pods actually. But we'll see. So Clemson. Everybody.
We have a class with him tomorrow actually, so we might.
He might not be there. I don't know when they leave.
Yeah, that's true.
But anyway, Cade Klubnik is obviously the starter.
Mm-hmm.
He's a Heisman contender. Probably gonna be a Heisman finalist.
Mm-hmm.
He's really good.
He would have to really do something catastrophically wrong for him not to be a Heisman finalist.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd say if Clemson can get through this LSU game, I want to say they have one more tough game.
They play Florida State, which God as you is.
South Carolina.
Yes. So
if they can get through LSU, they can run the table.
They start the year with LSU and end the year with South Carolina.
Those two games are obviously really tough, but the games in the middle of those.
I want to say this real quick. One team that always, year in and year out,
Louisville?
No. That gives Clemson trouble is Duke. Okay. Every single year, I feel like Duke gives them a run for their money. It's like random. Too.
Maybe if it was at Duke.
It's still.
Yeah.
I swear, every year they just give them a run for their money. It doesn't matter how good Duke is or how bad Duke is or how good Clemson is. It's every year.
Did Rattler beat Clemson when he was at Duke? Or who was that he upset? Or he upset?
It was the one where he asked his professor.
Yes.
I think it might have been.
It might have been Clemson.
That would have been 20.
I'll look that up. 3.
Well, I can talk about Clemson. Okay, so one thing I wanted to say, going back to last year, I watched 3 Clemson games last year, okay? And it was the Georgia game, South Carolina game, and Texas game. And you know what that all 3 had in common?
They lost.
Yes, but what's the other thing that all 3 of those teams have in common?
They're in the SEC.
Correct. Sorry. Yes, they're all in the SEC. Now, Clemson's a very, very good football team. But in years past, they have struggled mightily against the SEC.
That is true.
Now, LSU, who's not entirely good against week 1 opponents, versus Clemson, who's not very good against SEC teams. If I'm looking at the schedule last year, there are 3 games against SEC opponents. Georgia, who murdered them.
Yeah,
if you remember that.
That wasn't close.
Just up and down the field, Georgia just destroyed them. Klubnik had 142 yards, and Maffa, who was their running back, a really, really good running back last year, who had 100 yards basically every game. Except I'm pretty sure he got injured later in the year. He had 59 yards, and then Williams, I can't think of his first name. He's one of they're loaded at receiver, by the way, which I'll get into. But Georgia game, they got murdered. The South Carolina game, while it was low scoring, they couldn't do anything on offense.
Yeah, they beat Clemson 28-7.
Yeah.
Riley Leonard.
Yep. And then, if you remember the Texas game, Texas ran all over Clemson. And everybody likes to talk about Clemson, how good their defense is, and how this, that, and the other. And Texas's leading rusher. Okay, well, actually, it's not in front of me because it's Clemson. Hold on. Jaden Blue, and I think multiple people just ran all over him. Whoever came in. The leading rusher for Texas in that game had 146 yards. Jaden Blue had 146 yards on the ground. And that's not even, showing the other guys in this game. I'm not going to go back in this game because everybody watched it. But Clemson has a very, very good defense, but they are known to get exposed when they play really, really good competition, which Clemson has not really done in the last couple years in the ACC. Yeah. Now, I respect Clemson for scheduling in Georgia and LSU, just like LSU, who continues.
Also Notre Dame. I mean, Notre Dame scheduled A&M after the Miami game.
Yeah.
Respect to them.
Notre Dame's got a very, very good hard schedule this year. Props to them. So Clemson's roster, like I said, obviously you got Cade Klubnik. Running back, they actually have a converted receiver going to running back in Adam Randall, who is explosive, and he is 6'2", 230. So he's a unit back there, and they are talking very highly of him in the backfield. They also have a freshman running back. I can't think of his name. I think it's him. I'm not going to say his name because I don't want to butcher it. But they have a good freshman running back coming in who's very, very highly thought of. But I think Adam Randall is going to be their guy back there because they are loaded at receiver. Like I said, they have T.J. Moore. He's very, very good. Who's the guy? Williams is the guy that's really, really good. Can't see. Bryant Wesco, he's really, really good.
Yeah, Wesco's good.
Antonio Williams is going to be a first rounder. They have 3 studs at receiver, but LSU's got so many people like at receiver. I think they stack up well against this team. Their defense is absolutely loaded. Everybody.
That's what everybody's hooting and hollering about.
And
the defense.
The one thing I'm worried about is LSU's biggest question mark is the O-line, and Clemson's biggest strength is their D line. So it's gonna be something. They're gonna be battle tested early.
If LSU can't help Nussmeier, if Garrett Nussmeier has to do everything on his own, they're not winning this game. If they can't establish a run game, if the defense, if they have to start dropping back and Nussmeier winds up throwing the ball 60 times, they're not going to win.
Yeah,
that's just simply not going to happen against this team.
Couldn't agree more.
They're too talented.
So the guy that everybody knows on Clemson's defense is T.J. Parker, probably going to be a top 10 pick. He's a junior out of Phoenix City, Alabama. Chose Clemson. I'm sure NIL had something to do with that. But he's an absolute stud. Coming out the right or left side, either one, they're going to have the brand new tackles for LSU, either Tyree Adams or Weston Davis. They're going to have their work cut out for them this game. But you know what? I have faith. Okay, I have faith. I have faith in Brad Davis and what he's done with the team, with the O-line. Not worried. Another guy who's probably going to be a first rounder is Peter Woods, D lineman, also from Alabama. Kind of crazy. They got 2 Bama
transfers.
Born in Alabama. They're both very good. They're going to be a nightmare for this LSU offensive line. But I mean, if you remember 2022 when we played Florida State the first time, they were talking about Florida State's D line, and the O line held up pretty well. It was freshman Jared Verse, freshman Will Campbell really did well with him, and they had other guys on that roster, and the O line held up pretty well. So yeah. I have faith. The guy that I was talking about, the
LSU doesn't have a Will Campbell though.
That's true.
Not yet. Not saying one of these guys can't develop into a Will Campbell.
Very true.
Will Campbell was generational.
Yeah. But yeah, Clemson's defense is extremely good. You might not know a lot of names on this team because I don't personally, but I just know. I remember from watching last year, even though they got murdered by Georgia, their defense is very good.
They're rock solid. Clemson's going to be rock solid this year.
It's going to be a fantastic football game to watch.
I'd say Clemson has the best chance to run the table, to finish undefeated.
Well, yeah, we obviously had them winning the Natty.
Yeah.
Which, as we get
part of me wanted to take LSU, and I'd be lying to you, but because all the SEC teams are going to be beating up on each other,
right?
And I mean, look at the ACC is just so weak. You got SMU,
yeah. I'm not buying.
I don't think SMU is really going to mess with Clemson this year.
I mean, Georgia Tech, I don't think they're going to sneak up on anybody this year. Same with Syracuse, both teams.
Yeah,
I think
Georgia Tech has had some upset scares in the past.
That is true. Same with Syracuse. This past year, I think they went 9-3. I think they got to 10. I think they went to 10 wins when they won the bowl game.
Kyle McCord.
Yeah, he's not there anymore though.
No, he's not.
They got Ricky Collins, who transferred from LSU to Syracuse, lost the job. I don't know who's going to be starting for Syracuse. North Carolina is interesting with Bill Belichick. Don't know. Nobody knows what they're going to look like.
I completely forgot about that.
Yeah.
UNC is going to be I don't know.
Complete question mark.
Yeah.
So Clemson's got a very easy, if they can beat LSU, they can easily go undefeated.
Mm-hmm.
Or, I mean, maybe South Carolina's kind of had their number the last couple of years.
If they win the first 11 games, I think they still get the 1 seed.
Well, yeah, obviously, yeah. South Carolina has had their number, so something to look out for. But I think at worst is 10-2 with losses to LSU and South Carolina. At worst.
Yeah.
I don't see them losing another game after this.
Yeah. LSU's definitely going to have a chance in this game. Mm-hmm. Stay tuned for the predictions. But
speaking of LSU, we'll roll right into their preview. We'll kind of just quickly go through that. I mean, if you've been watching us all summer, we've just talked after baseball season. We just constantly hammered LSU football content. And it's here. Finally here.
Finally.
I cannot wait. I am so excited to watch this game and who LSU is going to be starting. Now we're going to do our official predictions of who's going to start. It's going to be quick. Okay, I don't know if Connor's very prepared for this. I kind of just dropped this on him right now. Obviously, everybody knows the quarterback and the running back. It's Caden Durham and Nussmeier. Receivers is really just what I think they're going to do is the first snap of the game. I think it's going to be Aaron Anderson, Chris Hilton, Xavier Thomas because of the veteran, like they've been in the system
presence. Yeah.
And then O-line is really what I want to do. Trades Green's going to be but you'll see a bunch of Trades and Bauer Sharp in this game. And then O-line, what I think they're going to do from left to right is I think they go left tackle, we go Tyree Adams. I think he's already won the job there. I think DJ Chester is going to be at left guard because he does have that experience. But I do think he does lose his job to a guy like Cohen Eccles or Paul Mubenga. Center is going to be Braylon Moore. Right guard is going to be Josh Thompson. I think those three have already won the job. Like I think they came out and said 3 starters won the job. I think it's those 3. That would be the left tackle, center, and right guard. And then right tackle, I think it's going to be Weston Davis. I don't remember if he's a freshman or a sophomore. I'm sorry. He didn't play last year, so I don't know. No shade to him. But let me quickly check that. Weston Davis is a freshman, 6'7" freshman from Texas. He's 315 pounds, which could be more, could be less. I don't know. We talked to Zion and it was wrong.
Yeah.
I mean, the O-line is the biggest question mark. That's kind of really what I wanted to talk about since we already did everything else. They're going to have their work cut out for them. They need to be ready to step up. I mean, you obviously have guys like Braylon Moore who's faced this Clemson team, so he's very familiar with them. Josh Thompson, who has experience in college football. He's been playing for 3 or 4 years, I think. Let me double check that too as well right here. Where is Josh Thompson? Josh Thompson, he's a senior. So it's at least his 4. I don't know if he's a 5th year or anything, but that doesn't matter. But yeah, I mean, everything we said, they're going to have their work cut out for them. I believe in the guys. I believe in Brad Davis. I think they're preparing well. And it's going to be a phenomenal game to watch. I cannot wait. And stay tuned for Friday for our picks.
If LSU's O-line holds up, I think they win.
If they can establish a run game early, I think they will win this game.
Yeah.
But if the run game goes to...
They just got to make it as easy on Nussmeier as you can.
Yes.
Don't make him have to win the Super Bowl.
Exactly.
You know?
They can establish a run... Because the strength of their team, of Clemson's team, is the front 7.
Yeah.
So if they can really pound the rock there, expose the DBs in the secondary, and open up the pass game.
Not even... like just completely blanket, just slow them down. Just slow Clemson's D-line down. Give Nussmeier some time to think. And then I think LSU would have a really good shot in this game.
Absolutely. 100%. Anything else you want to add before we get out of here? And
go Tigers.
Go Tigers.
Here, baby.
The real Death Valley. Go Tigers.
Yeah, the real Death Valley.
Can't wait.
Right across the street, actually.
It is right there. I don't know why this was ever even an argument since, I feel like they kind of covered that in 2019.
Did they?
But Clemson fans don't want to say that. But that's all we got for today. This is a very long video and with a couple technical difficulties, and this is going to be a while to get up. So thank you for watching. If you stayed to the end, we love you. Please like, comment, subscribe, follow, and everything at Big Easy Blitz. If you're watching this, just look at our username, and you can find it on all socials.
All socials. 4 platforms. TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube.
Yeah.
Bang, 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 bang.
Yeah. Thank you for watching. I know we said that a couple times, but we'll end this now because it's going a lot longer than we thought. So, peace out.
See you later.